Mais bonsoir à tous et bienvenue pour la partie 20 de Nba2k11. Oh, ne commettez pas plus de 5 fautes, d'accord? Limitez votre adversaire à 4 double pas ou dunk. Et terminez le match avec une note de... On va voir ça. Terminez le match avec une note de... Ah, ou plus 28 maintenant.
Océane et Axel, je vais venir, ça va aller mal.
Clutch as he arrived earlier today. A shot before the game. Greetings from Los Angeles, everyone. The Lakers have a Western Conference contest on their hands as they play this one here at the Staples Center. With Clark Kellogg doing the analysis. This is Kevin Harlan for 2K Sports and our broadcast of the NBA. And now the Golden State Warriors starting. Monte and Curry in the backcourt. David Lee is out there with Jeff Washington. And for the Lakers, Clutch is in at the point. Powell and Bynum filling up the middle. Kobe and Artest are the Grizzlies supposedly offered the beat, Mayo, and maybe even a first-round pick for Monte Ellis last season, but Golden State refused.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that in the trade rumor mill. It would have been interesting, to say the least, had that been consummated, that deal. I was a little shocked that Khabib was being shot so early after he was drafted, but I guess Memphis really had a love Jones for Monte Ellis.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I was able to talk with Phil Jackson for a minute. Making things difficult when they're on defense is something they would like to accomplish in this game. He feels that if they can force things away from the basket and make their shooters settle for shots they don't want to take, they'll have the upper hand in this game. We'll see how it turns out, guys.
Thanks, Doris. So defense is the key early on.
You know, it's not surprising, Kevin, when you think about the great team, so much of their game planning really starts at the defensive end of the floor.
Well, back to that trade. What do you think? You were saying they had a love Jones for Monte Ellis. I mean, why do you think they pulled the trigger?
Well, Monte's a terrific offensive talent, Kevin, and it's always hard to give up that kind of explosive offensive player. And maybe they just weren't sold on the prospects of the beat growing into a dominant center. There's the offensive rebound and sends it home.
On defense, the Lakers coming off that win against Minnesota.
You know, so often, and sometimes you want to discount early fouls. Anytime you can get fouls drawn early on key players, that can become a great time jam.
Let's see it again with this slam clean.
Or when you run the fast break correctly, it's a thing of
Océane,
Here's the Warriors with the ball.
let's faire la
Coach
pause,
has
c'est
played
pas
through a share of
fort.
injuries, dislocated fingers, a torn labrum, back spasms, knee surgery. Last season was no different. Battled injuries including an avulsion fracture in his right index finger.
Clutch. Again, the Lakers. Here's Curry. 14 points from him the last game against New York. Now here's Lee. It's the fadeaway. And the Warriors miss again.
With that, they find themselves missing on 4 of their first 5 shot attempts.
Non, j'ai balancé
Not
le
a
ballon.
good start. Actually, it's a bad start for them.
Lakers give up possession. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Taking a look at the Lakers. Long way to go still in the season, but even so, they've got the top spot. And of course, Golden State, 6.5 games behind them.
Boy, still looking for their first win against this team. They've got to be extra motivated to try to get off the snide against these guys.
And the Warriors making a change here. Ned Zerch checked in. Ellis, it's dumped off. Lee outside. Goes up. Ellis can't get it to go. Lakers lead by 6. Here's Clutch. It's down the breakaway slam.
10 de l'écart, je suis là 6 points à l'écart. Avec un énorme de...
And the Warriors decide to take their first
Un
time
de
out
numéro
here.
1. Un de puissant.
Here's Ellis. 26 points for him last game against New York. Deflected. Stolen by Artest. And it's the Lakers ball. They've gone on a 10-2 run. Not allowing much. Here's Clutch. He's guarded by Ellis. Can't extend the lead to double digits.
doesn't have the softest touch. And with the D right in his face, that made all the difference.
No good from Lee. Here are the Lakers. This is the second time they've matched up against Golden State.
And the last time, boy, it was a real aggressive game against these guys. Got them into a lot of foul trouble by attacking the basket, and they ended up with a decisive win.
And the first one drops. And he can't hit the second. Warriors trail by 9. Clark, if you can get the other side to commit early fouls and have to take a seat, you're forcing guys to play who are not used to heavy minutes.
And no matter how much they practice minutes and game minutes are totally different. So it can be tough for those reserves. Not the right time to throw that entry pass there, Kevin.
Here's Clutch, guarded by Curry. Artest hands the corner shot. Artest got his second basket of the night.
Right now, Kevin, they're getting everything they want and sending a message while they're doing it.
Timeout called the Warriors. Warriors making his switch here. Postle's checked in.
2 interceptions. Et 0 pénétration, ça donne 6 minutes.
Here's Curry, still looking to get on the scoreboard. It's blocked. Lakers are a good defensive team last year. Clark holding their opponents to just
Both ends of the floor, so the early lead is no surprise.
Curry picks it up. Here's Houston. Find him on it. Here's Houston. Outside Williams. Picked up by Artest. 4 on the shot clock. Williams passes to Lee. Over to Saul. And again, no good by Golden State.
Gotta expect more out of him here. He's had a lot of difficulty this quarter, which in turn is making it difficult for them to cut into this deficit at all.
Cannot hit. And so here's Golden State, trailing by 13. Tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
I think they fell short on the defensive side of the ball at that end of the floor. I think that they played a little tougher, a more cohesive game when they didn't have the arm. They would have had a bigger game than they did.
It's one-on-one. Let's go to our great sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for an update. Doris?
Well, guys, David Lee is not the tallest guy in the league, but he has an edge because he's so good finishing with either hand. It turns out when he was in high school, he broke his left wrist when he got undercut trying to jump over someone to dunk it on a fast break. He had to learn to play with his right hand in the meantime, and that's how he became so ambidextrous. Back to you guys.
What a score. Thank you, Doris. Curry with it. Not on the scoreboard yet. Blocked. Artest with the ball. Here's Clutch. Takes it out. Connects from in close. He's got 8.
They've been unstoppable. Really strong start.
And here comes Curry. Right now averaging 17 points a game. Ellis, guarded by Kobe. Foster. Leads him with the pass. Great anticipation.
Well, again, 3 turnovers already. Coach has to make a point to them that they need to take better care of the ball. Handle it like you want it.
Now here's Williams. 17 points in his last outing. Now Curry. It's tipped. It's one-on-one. Here's Clutch. Goes up. Trains it from short range. And the Lakers lead by 15.
This is how they built the early lead. A relentless and punishing inside game.
Here's Lee. Takes it up. And the rebound goes to Pau Gasol. And here's Los Angeles. Here's Clutch. What a tremendous game he played against Minnesota. Williams inside. And taken away by Ellis.
The lob was a little misjudged and he couldn't get control of it.
Got a piece of it. Got a piece of it. Here
Là,
the
je vais
Lakers with the
jouer,
ball.
wesh.
They're on a 19-4 run right now.
Derrière toi, mais c'est chronique.
Here's Clutch. Guarded by Kerr.
Voilà, faute.
Ellis gets the board inside.
He gave it a good effort in there, but he was pretty well defended.
No points for him. Ellis left side. With 4 seconds on the clock. Again, the miss by Ellis.
Really not the kind of performance that his team needs from him here in this quarter.
And that signals the end of the first
19
quarter
à 4 à
play.
la fin du premier
Ellis
carton.
on the street.
Je suis à 10 points ou 12 points à la fin de ce quart. En tout cas, ce qui est sûr, c'est que j'ai mis plus de la moitié.
Well, it hasn't exactly been.
Et ce qui est sûr aussi, c'est que quand je rentre, on gagne encore.
Warriors making a switch here.
30 à 16.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now,
Derek, là, Derek.
Lee and Utah at the 4 and 5. Monte and Curry in the backcourt, and Williams. Here's Walton, and the Lakers with another miss. Here's the Warriors with the ball. It's a 14-point game. Goes up. Shot's good by Williams. Williams has got his first 2 points of the night.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfect.
Now look at the highest teams in the league. These squads have not done everything in the last 2 games. Taking a look at the Lakers. Deadly accurate. Third in the NBA.
It's due to better shot selection lately, Kevin. They're taking their time to make sure the shots they take go in. Really good self-discipline there. You know, last season, Monte Ellis once again missed quite a few games. He missed 18 of them, actually. Ankle injuries, a knee injury, back trouble, a terrible flu. He wasn't as healthy as he wanted to be last year.
Fisher against Curry. Back to Ellis. From downtown. That doesn't go either for Ellis.
I think he's really starting to lose confidence in the shot. Those misses are getting to him.
Clark, Monte Ellis' quickness and athleticism is a big part of what makes him special. The Warriors have to wonder if he can stay healthy enough to be at his best long term.
You know, Kevin, remember now, he led the league at over 41 minutes a game. He's got to get stronger. But they also have to do a job of kind of managing those minutes and maybe cutting him down to the mid to high 30s to make him most effective.
That makes sense. And laid up and in. Ellis has got 7 points.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
With Steph Curry last season, the Warriors just kept adding to their arsenal of deadly shooting.
Yeah, and if you're going to struggle, one of the things you want to make sure you can do is shoot the ball, and they can do that. They were a team that could score with the best of them, Kevin, and outside shooting continues to be a strength for them.
Here's Clutch. Kept alive. Another shot. Got a hand on it. One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And I love the unselfishness. It's a joy to watch.
Williams kicks to Ellis. Over Barnes. That doesn't go either for Ellis.
He's had some problems finding the range here in this quarter.
Fisher against Curry. Here's Clutch. He's got 12. Now Walt. Clock at 4. Here's Fisher. On this 3. 1:30 left in the second. Lets it go from the wing. Williams' shot is good. Williams has got his second basket of the night. And it's the Lakers' ball.
Uh-oh. A little bit of a statement made there while he hung on the rim.
That's one way to make sure the whole building knows exactly what we just did. Clutch, it's the reach-in call. That's his first foul. And the Lakers with some changes. Andrew Bynum's checked in for Barnes. Artest comes in for Luke Walton. And Kobe is subbed in for Derek Fisher. And then for Golden State, Jeff Foster's checked in for Utah. Wright comes in for Reggie Williams. And it's Ford in for Monte Ellis. Now timeout called by Golden State. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Last season, the Warriors had a lot of injuries and struggled to win games. But try to make the most of a tough season and get Don Nelson the all-time wins record. Former Warrior Corey McGetty said, this season, this is something we've been trying to get. It is just great to see this team fight, pull it out, and be a part of history. It's something that is never going to go away. Kevin, back to you.
Yeah, it was nice to see Nelly get the record. Most players were really happy for it. Thanks, Doris. Here's Clutch. Picks it up. No hit. Now Golden State takes it the other way. Right, covered by Artest. Here's Curry. And here's Los Angeles. Leading by 12. Golden State takes possession. And here's a look at what's coming up for the Golden State Warriors. Well, it's the Denver Nuggets after this one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Here's Curry. 29 seconds left in the half. Ford kicks it to Foster. Past the lead. Shot misses. Good work defensively by Gasol.
He's really struggled to get into any kind of comfortable flow here. 0 points this quarter, and he really doesn't look like himself out there.
Here's Clutch. Guarded by Curry. Here's Clutch. David Lee comes up with the rebound. And so we wrap up the first half. Lakers.
Glad to have you with us on this fine Sunday for HP at the half. And now we'll send you back.
And welcome back as we begin the second half. Thus far, a somewhat one-sided game. Here's Clutch. He's got 12. Kobe and Artest are the wingmen. Howe and Bynum filling up the middle. That's the Laker 5. Here's Bynum. Nails it from close range. Here's Curry. Goes up. Can't get it to go. And the Lakers go with it the other way. You look at Curry's splits from last year, he was putting up some scary numbers by the end of the season.
Yeah, he really got better as the season went on. Overall, the numbers can deceive you. 17 points with 6 assists and about 4.5 rebounds on the year. But his post-All-Star break numbers are the real story.
Shot clock at 3. 4 on the clock. And it's Artest missing.
They'll allow him to get that off all day.
Williams dishes to Curry. Behind the arc. Another miss by Curry.
I'm sure he'd like to have a do-over here. He just hasn't been able to make a significant contribution in this one.
Here's Clutch. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He clearly missed that one. First one falls for him. And so he makes both from the line. Here's Curry. You know, one of the stories last season, Clark, in the playoffs for the Lakers was after that early scare to the Thunder of Oklahoma City in the first round, the Lakers really turned it up in the playoffs. In fact, it was that Game 5 that kind of rebooted. They kind of found themselves.
Yeah, they certainly did. Sometimes you have to have your back against the wall. You got to go through that crucible of almost losing an important game in the playoffs to be able to get your second win and gain an extra wave of confidence. And that's kind of what happens with the Lakers. I mean, anytime you face a team like the Thunder that has the leading scorer in the league in Kevin Durant, you know it's not going to be easy. And the Lakers saw that to be true, and yet they were able to work through that.
Thunder had those young legs.
And a lot of confidence and an unbelievable building.
They didn't blink. They did not blink.
Not at all. They were relishing the opportunity, thrilled to be in the playoffs, but they felt like they could beat, not only play with the Lakers, they felt like they could beat the Lakers, Kev.
The Lakers making a switch here. Ellis against Kobe. And
plays like that are what makes this league so great. He's a special player.
I don't care if you're a fan of another team. You have to admire someone, Clark, who can make those types of plays. Timeout call the Warriors. Let's have a look at the league's top scorers for the past month. To say these guys have been hot is an understatement. You look at Ellis. Third in the league, he typically dominates out there. He can seemingly score at will.
Well, I'm sure the coach is pleased with his performance here recently. He's been on a nice little roll. If this keeps up, this team will definitely be moving in the right direction. Slumping a bit here to start the third.
Here's Clutch. Flushes it in.
Kick it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
This Warriors squad struggled. They trail by 18. Curry with it. 5 points in the game. Over Kobe. And the Warriors miss again.
Boy, that basket must be looking mighty small to them right now. They just can't seem to get one to fall.
Here's Clutch. And there's another one for the Lakers.
It makes it 4 for 5 to start the third. Really coming out of halftime looking to get a big jump on the opponent.
Here's Lee. And count that bucket right there. He keeps with it, and now a free throw shot for him. And he makes the free throw.
David Lee is just one terrific rebounder. I mean, one of the best in the league. Even at 6'9", he goes after him like he's much bigger.
Here's Clutch, guarded by Curry. Connected on the shot, and he is fouled. A chance here for a three. The and one is good, so a three-point play that time. As soon as Lee got the minutes, he put up some terrific numbers.
Kevin, he's just one of those guys that packs a lot of production into his playing time. I mean, on a per minute basis, on a per minute played basis, he gets an awful lot done scoring and rebounding.
Here's the three. And test missing. And so here's Golden State. Now Curry. 5 points in the game. Ellis left side. On the mark from 16 feet out. Ellis has got 9 points. Big time lead they've got.
Yeah, they're playing extremely well.
Steph Curry with the rebound. About 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Williams passes to Curry. From 20 feet out. And it's the Lakers taking it the other way. Artest against Williams. That doesn't go either for Artest.
He doesn't have the type of game that we thought we'd see. But despite that, the team is still doing quite well.
Here's Curry. Draws right iron, but falls through with the kind bounce. He has 7.
He's been extremely active out there. He has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
Pass to Kobe. From 17 feet out. And the jumper is good. Kobe's got his third bucket of the night.
Let's put the ball in his hands, Kevin, and watch him go to work. He's going to make something good happen.
Ellis picks the lead. Kobe against Ellis. Austin. And the one-handed jam to finish.
Pretty finish right there, Kevin. Take it up and then throw that thing down.
He didn't have to make it special, just get the job done.
That's right. Keep it simple.
Here's Clutch, guarded by Curry. Here's Clutch. That one is good on the way in. He's got 23.
Those are just the shots coaches like to see. In close around the basket.
The question last year, at least one of the questions was, would the Lakers, Clark, still be as successful with swapping out Artest for Trevor Ariza?
And that's a legitimate question because you never know how the dynamics of a team change when you change personnel.
Right.
So clearly it was something that was going to be a work in progress. It remains to be seen, but I think the play of the Lakers in the postseason kind of answers that. John brought an element of toughness and physicality. He can be a little wayward. And a little bit of he can be a little wayward with some of his decisions, but typically he overcomes that with his effort and his tenacity and his versatility, I think, at the defensive end of the floor.
And an older guy, for a younger, promising, rising player like Trevor Ariza.
Yeah, and in the context of the makeup of the Lakers team, I felt Phil Jackson and the coaching staff and the organization and his teammates felt that this was the piece, and so far that's proven to be true.
Just against Williams. Ellis gets the lead. Lamar Odom pulls it in.
He just hasn't been able to get on track in this game. Not like he would like to. He's a much better shooter than he's shown.
Clutch. Kept alive. Here's Gasol. And in there for two as he lays it up and in. Gasol's got his second bucket of the night. Here's Ellis. 9 points in the game so far. Jump off pass. Just against Williams. Here's Ellis. And again, no good by Golden State. And it's the Lakers' ball. Back to Gasol. Covered by Lee. Here's Artest. And again, it's the Lakers.
Oh, what a great look to get it inside. That's the way to find him when he's ready to score.
Williams against Artest. Will it go? Williams can't get it to go.
Right now being held without a point in this quarter. Gousset really struggling to find any kind of open looks.
They have a lot of ground to make up here.
They're struggling. Nothing seems to be working for them right now.
Jacks up a three. Scooped up. Ellis outside. Guarded by Kobe. To Williams. Back to Ellis. The tray. And it's off as he tries to beat the buzzer. They have just finished the third and it's officially up goal line. 4 for Los Angeles. And now let's send it to our sideline reporter Doris Burke for our spark of the game. Warriors making a switch here. And Golden State, look at who they got. Ford out there with Pargo. Then it's Terrell Wright. Then it's David Lee. It's the teardrop. Here comes Ford. Here's Pargo. And the Warriors miss again. And here's Fisher. Here's Clutch. Throws it down.
Look at how he posed on the rim for a few seconds after that. That's never going to endear you to your opponents. They don't like that kind of stuff.
No, he was enjoying that one so much he didn't want to let go.
Yeah, I think he's throwing salt in the wound.
Al Gasol is checked in for the Lakers. Barnes comes in for Kobe. Then for the Warriors. Reggie Williams, who's checked in for Wright. And Steph Curry is subbed in for Gennaro Parker. Here's Ellis. The alley-oop. Trying to convert on the alley-oop, but snatched away.
Not a single turnover in the first half for him, Kevin, but that ball control he had, it seems to have slipped away since halftime.
Here's Clutch. No good. The Warriors took it the other way. Stolen away. Guarded by Curry. Kept alive. Odom. And good. They convert him a second chance. Odom's got his first points of the night. Here's Ford. Ellis outside. Good, and a nice assist from Ford. 16 points for Ellis.
He had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on him.
So it's the Lakers now. Gasol backing down. Scooped up. And again, Lamar Odom. Odom's got his second basket of the night.
They're leading by double digits. And I'd say this game is essentially done.
For three. And there's Ellis. That's good on the assist by Curry. 19 points for Ellis.
They need to just run sooner. I don't think they have enough time left to stage a comeback now.
It's the floater. And, oh, that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot two. It's going to be on David Lee.
Contact certainly altered that shot. The official was right on top of it.
First free throw is good. Andrew Bynum's checked in for Pau Gasol. That one falls, so it's both of them. Here's Ford. 38 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Ellis. Odom grabs the board. And here's Los Angeles. Barnes with it. Pass to Bynum. He's picked up by Lee. From the wing. Bynum, no good. Ford. Williams passes to Ellis. Takes a three. Ellis can't get that one to fall either.
Florian, j'en ai un peu marre d'avoir toujours ta chambre.